That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all? Hope you're all well. Thank you for coming over. As from the description, we're covering for Mark. Mark is taking a few days out to pull himself back. So we have, or I've decided, or he asked, or with me and Mark, should I say, discussed it, and I agreed that I'd cover for him tonight. So thank you all for coming over. Hope we can keep up Mark's standards. So tonight, as worms, we have a right bunch of reprobates. Here they are. Look.
That's not very fair. Reprobate. No, come on.
So we have Joe Senior, the better half of the Yorkshire Git.
Good evening.
Brian from Hartwood Turning and Terry from TJ Turning. So thank you guys for agreeing to help me out.
Evening, guys.
So hang on, let me just reply to the wife because she's going to bring me a drink. She's a star. Cold.
Oh, you should be so lucky.
Yeah.
As it was a bit of a rush thing, I'm just going to do a bowl, chuck some colour on it, and we'll see what we come up with. Maybe a bit of texture now. It's a piece of elder, around about, this is in real inches, 9 3/4 by 3 inches. So hopefully we get a nice bowl out of it. Nice colour as well, so hopefully we should be able to get some decent colours on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my smock on ready to start turning. And these guys are going to read out the chat, stick these guys in the background, and if you want to take the chat away, that would be excellent.
Well, indeed, I'll read the participants list as supplied by YouTube. So there might be a few missing here, but we'll catch you up in the chat shortly. So first and foremost, we have Andy H is for turning, Barry's Wood Creations, Mr. Benjamin, Circular Wood by Keith, Clive Rogerson, Copper Owl Woodturning. I can nearly say that, Copper Owl. Doug Miller at Woodspun Round. Douglas Murnham. Door 60. Duncan the Curly Turner. Jay's Cabin. Our good friend Jennifer at Craft Creations. Kim Dickerson. Lawrence Bajia. Peter Cochran. Ruby Clare. Hi, Ruby.
Evening, Ruby.
Some dodgy character called SK Krafts.
How did he get in
Steve
the chat?
Fleming.
How did he get in the chat?
How did you know I was
I don't know. I've been talking to you lot for the last 45 minutes. How did that happen?
Terry Bartlett. The Yorkshire Git is on himself. Evening. Trevor P, the Hobby Turner. Woodwizardry by Colin. And Woodturning by Barry. Now, there are 45 people watching now, so I didn't read out 45 names there, guys. So, you other two woodworms? Woodworms?
Earworms.
Sounds like woodworms. That's what we are. Woodworms.
Keep an eye on the chat and see who I missed. Welcome, everybody.
Right, so...
Did you say Trevor? Did you say Rob, Copper Hour Wood Turning?
Malcolm Douglas, did you mention him?
Benjamin. Douglas Mungham.
Don't ask me who I mentioned. You were supposed to be paying
Lawrence
attention.
Begesia, Barry Chitty, come on.
Pay attention, boys. Come on.
Carry on, Steve.
You can't get the stats nowadays.
I'll
can you,
just
Steve?
start.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just start turning. All right.
Good idea, Steve. Good
Right.
idea.
So I'm going to use a 1/2 inch bowl gouge. No, I'm not. Yeah, 1/2 inch bowl gouge. I know lathe won't start, so that's a good start, isn't it?
Just broke the lathe.
I think the plugs fell out. No,
Door
no.
60s.
So just talk amongst yourself a
joined us.
minute, guys.
Yeah,
Talk amongst yourself while
some-
Steve fixes the technical problem. Puts the plug back in.
Well, no, it's
easy to switch over.
no lathe ain't going. What's going on here?
Terry Bartlett's in from the Plymouth Woodturning Club. Yes.
I take he's a member of your club then, Terry.
Are you
No,
a
I'm
member
not a
of that
member
club?
yet, but I will be as soon as it opens.
Yeah, excellent. I'm
Did you
joining.
say
the-
Douglas Mungham, Brian?
Yeah, Douglas
Uh,
Mugham is in.
Don't know. Hi, Douglas, if I didn't, and apologies if I did not.
David
David from
Eisenhower has
Yeah.
joined us.
Hi,
Could be
David.
this could be a quick live
Hi,
because my
David.
lathe's not working.
Oh no!
It's
Do what
plugged
I
in.
usually do. Get the big rubber hammer out. Hit it with a rubber hammer. See what happens.
Well, I've unplugged it.
Lewis the Klondike Craftsman is in.
You all right?
So
You can
Douglas
have
says
questions and answers.
45
There we go.
eyes watching and only 15 thumbs up. Come on, peeps, show Steve
Thank
that
you,
you
baby.
like
50
what he
people
does.
watching.
Well, he hasn't done anything and his lathe doesn't work.
Thank you, baby. That's my lovely wife. She just bought me a drink. Thank you, babe. Right.
Is the emergency stopping?
I've-
Malcolm
I've-
Douglas has suggested.
No. It's going now. It's going. Every-
Diamond for Nicky.
Breathe a sigh of relief.
Every now. Oh, look, we've just lost that camera now as well. Look, there we go. What's going on here? It's going
Yeah,
well.
I've got a lathe or a camera.
Yeah, you can have one or the other. What's going on?
I keep forgetting who Webfoot Resin and Wood Creations is. Could somebody tell me what the
I think
David.
it's David Eisenhower.
Yeah, he's.
David Eisenhower. Hi, David. Welcome.
Ian
Oh,
Leonard's joined us. Good evening, Ian.
right, let's try again.
Neil M's in. He said, Steve, push the push pull button and
Yeah,
the stop
sort of.
button separately.
No, that every now and again, if I don't turn off at the mains and I come into it, it don't start. So I have to unplug it for a few seconds, let the inverter discharge, and then that'll start.
Yeah.
Right, so just keep an eye on the overview camera because that might freeze, but we'll see what happens. Right.
Overhead.
Actually, your overhead camera's needs to be a bit to the left.
Bit to the left, to the left,
Yeah,
to
'cause
the
we
left.
can only see the right hand side of your toe rest.
Can you?
I can see all. No, I can
No,
That's
I
your-
can see it perfect.
that's your
It's you,
picture.
Joe.
Shujo.
I think that,
Move,
think that
move
must
your
be you,
glasses
Joe.
to one side on your nose. We can see it
Good
perfectly,
start.
Joe.
Good
Not a problem.
start.
Oh dear.
Today, people in the chat, Steve is turning half a bowl because Joe can't see the rest.
No, I suppose on my phone I can't on the.
That's it. There you go.
Rotate the iPad so it's on portrait or landscape.
Landscape even. Yeah.
So what is
No,
the word,
you'll lose
Steve?
me.
It's a
Diameter?
piece. It's a piece of elder, 9 and a quarter. No, 9 3/4. Sorry, by 3 inches.
Excellent.
So Clive Rogerson has suggested that wiring up your own reverse function has probably messed the cameras. You're never going to live that down, Steve. That you have no go backwards.
Dave Porter has joined us.
Good evening.
Evening,
Evening,
Dave.
Dave. Ruby Claire says the picture's fine, so if she's happy, we'll all be happy.
That's Joe. She's got her
Yeah.
glasses on the wonk. That's what it is, Ruby.
I'm wonky.
She's got wonky glasses on today.
She's got a
Look
good eye.
like a wonky vegetable from Morrison's.
She ain't got a good
Not
eyes in.
quite right.
Right, let's just face this. It's a bit unlevel.
Yeah, it looks like it has a little bit of a wobble on it.
Yeah.
Don't talk about me like that, Brian.
Right. Good clear picture still, Steve. Nice and crisp and sharp.
It is. It is nice and crisp and sharp.
Good. Let's hope it stays like it.
And I've just run out of tea myself, so I wonder could I text Michelle and ask her to bring me one? What do you think?
Well, if not, just message Nick. She'll bring you one.
It's a bit of a walk from
I was
Norfolk.
going I was going to ask Ruth to get me some as well, but she can't. She's laying in bed with
Ah,
in the hospital with a new knee, brand new, shiny.
We'll send her a link and we'll all give her a good well wish.
Yeah,
send that link, yeah.
bring her straight on here.
Get her live on
Give her
from live on from the hospital.
And then she can give it to the other 30 people in the ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell them all to subscribe.
You give some new sub out of that movie, you never know.
Right, so I'm going to give this a bit of a quite a large rim on this. So I'm going to give it a bit of a swoop and shape it from the bottom.
That's sweet.
Swoosh.
You're colouring this, Steve.
I was thinking about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if they colour the bottom or the top though. I'm not 100% sure yet.
kind of better, you put that in the description.
Is it nice to turn, Steve?
Yeah, very nice. Look at them. Nice ribbons.
Hmm.
Dave
Is it-
orders
is-
in
is
unless it's been said already.
Is it dry wood or is it?
Yeah, it's dry, yeah.
Yeah.
Baz from Real Simple Things has joined us.
Right, Baz, how you
Oh,
doing?
hi,
Good
Baz.
evening, Baz.
Oh yeah, nice.
Steve hasn't mentioned anything about burning though, Baz.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Douglas Mungham's got a question for you, Steve.
Okay.
Why do you round off when you are turning a bowl and will be turning it away?
The reason I do it is because when I find when you're shaping the edge, if the outer edge is not perfectly round, when you shape, you get a little bit of jerking as you come towards the end because you're not hitting the same round flat edge all the time. Are you with me?
Yeah, it can cause a bit of bounce. The
Yeah, so as you come,
leave the cut,
cause a
no.
bit of
yeah,
bounce,
as you come into the end of your cut here, because it's not perfectly round, you get a little bit of judder, and you can end up with a nasty finish here. So for how many seconds it takes just to round it off, you get a nice finish every time. That's my thinking. I don't know if that's right or not.
That's
but
correct. It is.
So what Joe forgot to mention was when Douglas asked that question, he said, question, Dropsy.
Obviously.
Do you know he's dropping
Is
me
this
in
your-
it already,
is it-
this fella?
Is that your new nickname, Steve? Dropsy?
So drops a lot.
Or Drop a Lot? Oh, that's it, yeah.
Harry
So if you
Fisher's
want to
in,
ask
good
a
evening,
question tonight, guys, could you prefix it with Sir Drop a Lot? We'll be able to pick that up easier.
Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh, Brian.
No, it's not.
Hey, I've been called worse, Terry. Believe me.
Much.
BF Turning Barry Fisher has joined us. Good
Hi,
evening,
Barry.
Barry.
Got a few cracks in there, a few nasty knots in there.
Good evening, Barry. Wood Wizardry by Colin said he turned his first bit of oak today. It was lovely.
Nice.
Oak's very nice to turn.
Yeah, I love
Yes,
turning
indeed.
oak.
One of my favourite woods.
Wayne the
Wayne.
Woodturner.
Oh,
Hi,
good
Wayne.
evening, Wayne.
Good evening, Wayne.
Wayne.
Joined us.
Ruby Claire suggests if you raise the tool handle at the end of the cut, you won't get the bounce.
All right. Thank you, Ruby.
Indeed, thank you, Ruby.
Circular wood by Keith is in. Evening, Keith. I don't know whether you said that already.
I think I did in the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
Keith's been in
Good
from the
evening,
start.
Keith. I bet you haven't tidied your workshop up so much after this weekend, Steve, with all the lives you've done.
I do clean up at the end of every live, to be honest. But like you say, yes, this will be the third one of the weekend. Mind you, Friday we didn't do a live, did we? We did the quiz.
Quiz.
That's right, that's true. No shavings. Just some sawdust falling out of some empty heads.
Yeah, plenty of that.
Ooh.
No
Or-
competition, Joe.
Or maybe some shredded paper as Steve tore up the questions.
Those questions are still on the bench here.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, so send us the questions for next one. That's
No, you're not having the questions for the next one. No.
Oh,
That's done. That's some good. Right.
Question from Douglas Mungham, Steve.
Go on.
Steve, have you managed to turn a lid for the teacup?
Teacup. Oh, what? Oh, I know. Yeah. No, not yet, Douglas. I put my coffee over on the other bench. That saves the problem.
why did you manage to fill your cup full of shavings one time?
Yeah. Because when I stand here
Yeah.
and turn like this, all the shavings go right over where the bench with the computer's on it.
Yep.
So.
I've done that a few times myself. Strange how you don't learn.
Bit of fibre, I reckon.
Do you no harm. It's as good as that breakfast that Terry eats. That whole bran stuff. I mean, what's that about?
Nothing wrong with bran flakes, mate.
Bran
Cornflakes.
flakes. What's that about?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
No, it's
I like
Sausage.
yeah.
bran flakes. You'd be well eating cardboard.
That's a good view there, Steve, of that. That's perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, Jennifer Krafts Creations has asked a question. Who won the quiz on Friday? As we couldn't get to watch. Sorry.
I was going to say Brian. Actually, it was Brian and myself that one.
Jennifer, it was
close,
I and Joe.
Yeah, it was the quick fire round that did it. We were actually
It did.
joined with the other
It was
team.
pretty
yeah.
neck and neck all the way through. It was a good quiz.
I think that's got to be the closest one we've had so far.
Yeah. Both had 22 points each until the quick fire round, and Joe and
We sneaked it in the end. It was a good
Brian
quiz.
just snicked it with 3 points ahead at the end of the quick fire. It was very good, it was indeed.
It was, fun. Yeah, Neil M says bran flakes are for horses, Brian. You're absolutely right, Neil.
Oh,
Nay.
wow. They're really good.
Nay,
aren't they?
nay, Neil, nay, nay, Neil, nay, Neil.
Yeah.
And you got a wife who's on Slimming World diet. You got to watch. You got to watch where you eat because she just blares at you if you eat something
Well,
wrong.
I eat Special K. Drop a
That's
gene
all right, I
size.
like that.
Drop a gene size in a week.
Doesn't
yet
help
that
me.
bit.
Doesn't help me. Alright.
I like that shape. Nice shape, base.
Classical shape.
So, just take this out.
Oh, so Clive Rogerson is really pushing the boat out. He says he loves his bran flakes, but it has to be half and half with crunchy nut cornflakes. Wow. Too serious.
Steve, wasn't it you that said you like crunchy nut cornflakes?
No, crunchy nut clusters.
Clusters. There's just too many now.
It's not the same thing. Crunchy nut flakes and crunchy nut. Oh, okay.
But
Oh no,
I still
clusters
don't.
are different.
I still don't think you can beat Frosties.
Well, I have to say, guys, there is nothing beats a good bowl of porridge in the morning.
That's for horses as well.
With a spoonful of honey in it.
Oh,
I'm not going to say anything to that.
Gorgeous. Oh, Doug Miller from Woodturner Round says, bran flakes with raisins.
yes.
I bet I can sell that, he says. You'd be as well putting prunes in it, that would make it work better.
There you go, Terry. Barry Chitty says he eats bran flakes every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I. Great, told you.
I must
Me
be
and Barry.
stable.
Barry and I are on the same length,
It must be very stable.
same wavelength.
Yeah.
Go and live in the stable with a horse if you want to eat bran flakes, that's what I say.
Oh,
Right, I think I'm going to leave the bottom natural because I've got some nasty. See them nasty knots I got in there.
Mm.
All right.
On that one,
Okay.
actually.
oh, that's better. I've got
You
And
got
what's the
splits in it.
distance?
Splits in the middle of the nut, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
there and there. So I think what I'm going to do is sand and seal it. Then I'll run some glue in
CA.
there. Yeah, and then we'll get it sanded back.
Would that be StarBond by any chance?
I could use StarBond, couldn't I?
No. You could indeed.
I'm just going to give it a coat of sand and sealer, just so we don't get the super glue all over the wood. So that sands off. So
If you're going to dig the bowl out, that's quite a crack. You might want to.
well, I'm just going to dish out the middle because, like I say, I think I'm going to curl the rim and then we'll just dish out the middle. I'm not going to take it right to the edge because, like you say,
Okay.
Terry, that's going to just obliterate.
Yeah,
and I've
that
had one
knot
blow
will
up on
fly
me
out.
the last week or so, so I don't
Yeah.
want another one. Right, so let's go for medium to start with. Let's get it to flow into the hole. And then we'll put some thick over the top of it because they're quite big cracks. I could put black in it, but I think that'd just make it look wrong, to be honest.
So
And I ain't got no... Go on, sorry.
Sorry, Steve. So Jason Levron has said good afternoon all. So I'm not sure where Jason comes from. But
Good afternoon,
obviously
Jason.
the Americas
America,
somewhere probably.
Yeah, it was medium.
Just to let you know, Steve, 22 minutes so far.
Thank you.
59 watching, Steve.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming over and joining us.
Obviously, somebody
obviously,
mentioned ciabatta bread as toast with Marmite. There's controversial.
Wayne the Woodturner, just at an apt moment, has said, last time he used StarBond, it didn't work.
This is true. This is true.
this is true,
There's
Wayne.
truth in this rumour.
I've had practice since then, Wayne. I'm on my ninth tube. I've practiced.
Rex B's just joined you. Sorry, his lady.
Right, Rex.
What has he missed so far?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot with the horse's mouth.
Steve has just shaped the bottom of the bowl, so not so bad. Now he's filling in some holes. He did that. I have to say, Steve didn't make.
No, I didn't make these ones. These ones came with the bowl.
Free.
Yeah, free. That was free. Buy a bowl, get a hole free.
Douglas, man. Terry.
Yes, Douglas, that's true.
This is not probably politically correct, but it's shaped a bit like a coolie hat.
It is. Back
Just a
in the
little
day.
bit. Coolie hats are not a bit more pointed than that, guys, are they not? A bit more triangular shaped.
So did you miss me? Did you miss me?
Oh yeah, Joe. We was just saying that you're gone.
Where did you go, Joe?
Internet box.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't ask.
Rex B would like to know, is there a StarBond song? Joe?
I know, I'm just short secret.
No, I have no idea.
I think Steve should do the StarBond song.
So Ruby Claire has suggested those kind of cracks she fills with a 2-part epoxy coloured with acrylic paint. That's a good idea, Ruby.
Now,
I did do one a long time ago. I used epoxy to fill in some cracks on my honey pot. I don't know if I still got it here. I did a honey pot and I had some cracks in it, and I filled. No, actually, the honey pot I gave to my nephew. That had some cracks coming in, and I filled it with an epoxy with a yellow pigment in it.
Why don't you do one with blue pigment in it?
What, honey pot?
No, the one you're doing now.
Well, I've seen what I've repaired them now.
You have indeed. So Jason Levron says he's from Sulphur in LA.
Welcome, Jason.
Oh, wow.
Very good. Thank you for coming in, Jason.
Yeah, good evening.
Hope it's warmer there than it is here.
Anywhere's warmer than it is here.
Well, this is true.
Yeah. I mean,
right, so let's just clean that edge up.
My wife has been miserable again and turned the heating off.
I thought she was always miserable.
This is Michelle you're talking about. Oh, you're in so much trouble.
Michelle, my gal.
He can't help himself. Right.
Absolutely.
Himself.
Hates that song.
Right, so.
And she also hates the song. What is it? How does it go? Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blew my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Ah, yeah.
She was called Mickey as a child.
Oh,
I don't like the song
wow.
anyway.
Wait till I speak to her again.
Yeah.
Hey, Mickey.
Oh.
Hey, Mickey.
Oh no, don't do.
All,
You
all
shouldn't
of
have
the
said
Mickey
friends
out
that.
of
from
you,
hotels,
shall
he'd still call her that.
We won't take the Mickey out of Michelle, will we?
Benjamin says he had hailstones today,
Aren't
Oh,
and
they? Where?
Douglas said it's throwing it down here.
Yeah, it should have been here, but we've had an okay day till this evening. Now it looks as if it could really go for it.
Right. That's it. Sand it. Sand it. So I'm going to go from 80 grit. Sorry, go on.
I was going to ask you, are you going to be Yorkshire gritting this, Steve?
I am.
He
I am.
is
oh.
Oh, look, the super glue's obviously not dry there.
Joe feels the song coming on.
coming back out, is it?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a splatter. That'll dry out. It's trouble when you put super glue in there and turn it on at 2000 RPM, isn't it?
Oh, Ruby Claire says the camera needs adjusting. Out of focus there a bit. Dave, are you?
I don't think so. I might have been.
Looks all right on YouTube to me, but
It's
that's
all
what
right
Ruby
for
had
me
just
now.
said. Or maybe she can't see the whole bowl. Is that the?
Yeah, I did have it on an angle. I've moved it back.
Yeah.
I looked up. You know, I mean, worms are supposed to keep an eye on it, but obviously they was asleep. But
Well, Wayne's asking you a question, Joe.
Joe left the chat.
I'm back, Joe. How was
He's
the
gone
meal?
again.
Well, actually, we went for a Mexican tonight, and it was lovely, absolutely lovely.
That's
Man,
better,
well.
Steve.
and then he's coming back Monday. He's coming back Wednesday to do the dishes. The Mexican is.
Mhm.
I'm glad I don't live where Andy is. He said they had hailstones this afternoon that were bouncing 4 feet back into the air
Oh yeah.
off the lawn.
Douglas Mungham has changed his mind, Steve. He reckons now it looks like a lampshade. Make your mind up, Douglas.
You just can't please some people, can you?
Yeah.
It does a little bit, to be fair. I understand where he's coming from.
Ooh. Yeah, one of them old-fashioned ones used to hang up and off
Yeah,
the,
nice. I like the shape of
off the
that.
ceiling, you know.
Bit before my
I
time,
like
Brian.
the shape of it.
Oh, I've got. Shut up, Brian. I was going to say I have one above my head. I'll maybe cut that bit out later. Oh no, this is not recorded. Damn.
Mark Strawton's in. Good afternoon, evening, Mark.
Hello, Mark. How you doing?
Evening, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
So we're going to take this up to 240 grit, and then we'll sand and seal it, Yorkshire grit it, just to keep Joe happy.
Give it some wax. Maybe.
I see. Wayne says he loves that restaurant. Well, so do we. So do we. It is a nice place. They do nice food.
Cool.
It's
You must
better
have
than
went
just
early,
fish
Joe.
and chips.
You must have went there early for your dinner. Or did you
Yeah,
go for
we
lunch?
opened up at 5 o'clock, you see. And
All right, okay.
we'd not really had a lot to eat today, so.
Straight in there. As soon as the doors open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, it was kind of like that, yeah.
They opened early because Joe and Glyn sat in the car park pipping their horn.
Oh, what?
Ow. So Mark Stratton came in and Jennifer has said, "Evening, babes."
Oh, I like romance.
Isn't that just lovely? They're probably
He
sitting in
wasn't
the
talking to
same
you,
room.
Brian, was he?
You've got
Or
62
maybe,
people
of course,
watching,
maybe Mark's
Steve.
driving, is he?
Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for coming over. Sorry I'm not Mark, but
I think you ought to put a bowler hat on.
Yeah, you'll do okay, Stephen. Yes, fine standing.
so if I
Mark will
spend,
be back.
so if I
Hopefully Mark
spend
will be
it,
back next week.
so if I sand until 9.
That would do.
Now.
You only have an egg cup left.
Right, so this is the last one, 240.
Steve, do you mind if I pop in the links for myself and Lewis's premiers that are following this?
No, mate, not at all.
Thank
What
you,
time's
buddy.
yours on, Brian? 9:30.
Right, no, 9:45.
All right.
And then Lewis follows that at 10:30. I'll pop the links in, Marty.
Douglas Mullins asked me, what did I have? Oh. What did I have? Oh, yeah. Loaded
Can't remember.
potato skins. And I've given a lot to them.
Must have been nice.
We had loaded potato skins and we shared a belly button. But there's so much meat. I'm going to have it. We're going to have some tomorrow for our lunch.
Oh, that's a bit sad, Mark. Mark's not at home at all. He's actually sitting outside IKEA in Reading, waiting to make a delivery.
Oh, no way.
No worse place.
What, sitting outside of IKEA?
Yeah. Even if you're going there to buy something, there's no worse place. I hate IKEA with the passion.
I like IKEA.
I hate it.
It's just a busy place.
I hate the traffic way, the way they have the floor laid out with arrows, and you have to follow the whole thing all the way around and look at everything before
Just
you
to buy a
get
lampshade.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
you don't. There's places
Yes,
to
you
cut
do.
through.
There is now, sometimes, if they haven't got them blocked off. They're a bit of a nightmare, I have to say. There you go, guys. That's the two links for myself, my Premier, and Lewis's Premier later. It all went very quiet. Are you still there, Steve?
I'm still here.
He's concentrating.
Steve's working. Can't you see the screen?
It just went very, very quiet. Then I thought,
you
is
watching
my
the
computer?
What are you trying to say?
Computer working?
What are you saying? I'm not quiet, Brian. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, not usually.
Don't know where you get that thought from.
Malcolm Douglas agrees with me about IKEA.
I've only ever been once.
Oh, but
I've only been once, yeah. I went to IKEA once. Said to the wife, I'm never going to go there again.
Flat pack furniture. Yeah.
Flat pack. Make it yourself. Got a workshop, make it yourself.
Right. Benjamin says, Joe, do you get free meals on account of you being famous, i.e. married to the Yorkshire great bloke? Yeah, I do tend to get free meals. Clean paste for me.
Trevor Peter Turner's asking me a question. He says, where in Northern Ireland are you? My daughter moved to Kilkeel last year. We're still waiting for the restrictions to be lifted. Kilkeel is about 20 miles from me on the other side of the Mourne Mountains, just round the coast. It would take about 25 minutes to get from her house to my house. So if you're coming in this direction, Trevor, you're welcome to pop in and see me. Send me a message and I'll give you the address.
Just stick it in the chat.
No.
Stick in the chat, we'll all hound him.
I'm a bit mad, but I'm not that mad.
Right, Yorkshire grit.
There you go, look at that. Look.
Yeah,
Get ready, Joe.
Yorkshire grit original.
Yep. So
Mark says he's only been to work 3 days this week, and it's the third time he's been to IKEA.
Oh.
They must be selling some kit then.
Oh, the excitement of a lorry driver.
Do you want to sing now?
Go on and go for it, Joe.
No.
Don't
do that to us.
Pity can be soft as your face with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
That was Terry, by the way. That wasn't me, Joe.
Was not me at all.
That was Terry.
I saw who it was. I could see you on the screen.
Jesus. Do a live on a Monday night with Brian, Terry, and Joe. That'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Stephen is now engraving the Yorkshire grit, and he's rubbing it in until it stops grinding down anymore and becomes a paste. Then he gets a nice smooth edge. Then he turns the speed up, And he wipes off the excess until he gets a dry patch.
What is this audio description we're doing now?
A colourless patch. I just thought. There we are.
There's a nice
Don't
comment
forget,
for
people,
Wayne
if
from
you-
Jason Lebron. Oh, Wayne can read that.
Right, so speed it up.
He's queued up to watch it.
Oh, Neil M's on the other side of the mountain from Kilkeel near Rathfriland. Hi, Neil. You're not that far from me either.
Krisky Wood Creations is in.
Right, Krisky.
I'm from Kilkeel, or from
Yes.
I'm from Kilkeel. No, I'm not, Neil. I'm from Ballykinler, Neil.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's a small world.
Or Island.
Krisky's Wood Creations.
Obviously.
Did everybody say he Krisky was
I
in?
just said that. It's all
Oh,
right.
sorry, I wasn't. I
You
was
can
only
say it
half.
again, Brian. It's all right.
I was
You-
only
you
half
don't
awake there.
get
You're
that
okay.
mental lapse.
He was starstruck by all the people living near him. That's what it was, Terry.
That's what it was. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's only 4.
there's people
That's most
who
of
turn
Ireland.
live close to me.
Most of
My
Ireland.
God.
Everybody turns in
Welsh
Ireland.
Terry, do you like pain? Because Joe's going to give you some. This is Douglas Mungham. Yeah.
Oh,
Douglas.
tell you about my life, Douglas.
I'm
My-
just going to
my
dispel
life
this
is-
rumour once and for all.
I've-
Terry is not Welsh.
No.
Not
Never
even
has
close
been.
to being Welsh. Never
Went
has
to
been.
Cardiff.
Has never,
Went to
he's
Cardiff.
maybe visited Wales once.
I went to Cardiff once.
There you go.
And I went to Rosslare once to get a ferry to Ireland. That's all.
There you are.
That's just some negative rumour that was spread about me.
Some nasty bit of gossip. And H for Tommy says the hailstorm's just started here again. Weather's terrible in this country at the moment, isn't it?
Well, there's no such thing as bad weather, though, Brian. It's just the wrong
No,
clothes.
just wrong clothes, yeah. I agree. That's starting to get a nice shine on it there, Steve.
Yep, that's just with the grit.
It's just
Yeah.
with the wax and the grit, yeah.
So what we'll do then is we'll put a wax over the top of it and hopefully get a better finish on it.
Don't forget, people in the chat, if you do use Yorkshire grip, you know the rules. Put it on as though you're not paying for it. You get a better finish.
Yeah, don't be mean. Right, so Hampshire Sheen High Gloss Wax. I'm just going to go over this with.
Excellent choice.
And normally
That's go ahead, Steve.
normally with your Hampshire Sheen, you need to allow it to soak in. I normally leave it about 10-15 minutes just to let it soak into the wood. But obviously on a live, we can't do that. So,
Well, you could do it long enough to go and drink your tea.
well, this is true. This is true. Good
Yeah, you
idea,
can have a
Terry.
slurp.
Brought out.
You could, if you put it on now and then told us jokes for 5 minutes, that would be good.
Believe me, the jokes I tell, you wouldn't want to hear them on YouTube. I think I'd lose
Oh,
my
no, I forgot.
monetization.
I forgot you're a builder, Steve. I forgot.
Now,
Totally say jokes are
Jennifer's
not allowed.
asking if she can watch me cause pain to you, Terry. She's asking if she can watch.
Of course you can. It will be a pay-per-view event.
Yeah, pay-per-view.
That's a
Be
good
on
idea.
YouTube.
That's a good idea, that is.
Pay-per-view. Yeah.
I'll be setting up,
do the
I'll be
same as
setting
you
up
could
the
do for-
cameras.
You could do the same as you could do for Steve. To me, if you want, you could buy Steve a coffee. Seeing he's working hard now, and we're just taking the mick out of everybody. So
Right.
his link's down in the description.
Nice
Buy
little
a
cup of
coffee
tea.
if you feel like it. And if you
Actually,
want to
you
watch
know,
Jennifer,
Was it nice
Jennifer,
tea you
I
got,
would-
Steve, or was it coffee?
It's coffee, man. I don't drink tea.
Jennifer,
don't
you
drink
can
tea
watch
either.
if you
Sorry.
wish. And I
It's
wouldn't.
it's not flavoured coffee, is it, Steve?
No, this one's not. This is just coffee.
Proper coffee.
Real-
I'll give time
real
for
But
the
it's
wax to
cold now
settle.
as well.
No, it's lukewarm. I'm used to lukewarm coffee.
Barry Chetty said, half of you don't pay for it. I pay for every tub of Yorkshire grit that I use. Barry.
He pays £39 postage as well.
And a whole lot of postage as well, that's right.
Douglas, yes, it is. I do live in Devon, Plymouth, exactly.
Sorry.
Born
You know,
here.
you know where the ships are? Plymouth Hoe and all that kind of job and pool.
You know, Sir Francis Drake and all that.
That's where the Mayflower
Spanish
left from,
Armada.
wasn't it? The Mayflower.
Mayflower left.
So it's
yeah.
your fault America's where it is.
It is. Don't tell the Americans that. There's a few listening, but it's my fault.
Oh dear.
Right.
Quite a few actually come over and go to the place they left from. You know,
I'm
I
sure
used
they
to
do,
stand
yeah.
fishing as a boy, fishing off the steps.
Right,
Dave
let's
Tower
get this
steps.
buffed up.
That
then.
wasn't yesterday.
There we are. No, that wasn't yesterday. Evening, Wendy. Wendy of Toonfish Krafts is in.
Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy.
She says she's a bit
Good
late.
evening,
She's
Wendy.
Right, let's see if we
Now,
can get.
Benjamin has got something to say, Steve.
Go on. Then. No, and Ben has something.
Steve, I
No, and
think-
Ben has something. Go on.
No. Steve, I think you usually do the inside with a curved bottom, do you not? How about trying to get the inside to match the outside, like a flat bottom?
Right. The trouble is, Ben, because we've got some nasty knots in it, what's split open. I'm not actually going to turn into a proper bowl. I'm going to colour the top and just dish out the top. I don't want to go too thin. I would do normally, but with those nasty knots in there, I'm not prepared to try and do it because I'm frightened that might explode on me. So, but I did do a bowl. Did I not do one not so long ago where I'd done a square bottom in it? I can't remember which one it was.
Did, yes.
I think you did, yep. I seem
Same
to
shape as
remember
that.
Yeah, it
Mind
was
you,
actually. Yeah, it was a similar shape to this. Yeah.
Yeah, mind you, the bottom's 1.5 inches thick.
Don't you bloody start. Right, let's see if we can get a shine on this.
That'll shine up lovely now.
So I'm using the same cloth as what I put it on with to start with. And then I'll go back and just buff it with a clean piece. Don't need to apply loads of pressure. We don't need to apply any pressure with the Hampshire Sheen Gloss. Let the friction between the cloth and the wax do all the work. Because if you push too hard, you'll burn the wax off of it, and you just defeated the object really, doing it.
David Heath has joined us.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, David.
Good evening, David.
Evening, David.
There you go. Look at the shine appearing on that.
The shine on that.
Superb.
So there we go. That's just one with one coat of Hampshire Sheen Hot Gloss. Obviously, if you want a deeper shine, you can put more coats on it, but I'm going to leave it at that.
Good job, Steve.
So, let's get it flipped without dropping it.
That'd be more difficult than it sounds.
It's with Butterfingers Bill.
Doug Miller says he's in North Kentucky.
Oh,
where's the real chickens come from? Right? Kentucky chicken, Kentucky fried chicken.
Oh, that's the fried chicken. It's Colonel Saunders.
I don't eat this stuff.
My daughter works there.
I haven't for a long time either.
Oh, I got hiccups now drinking that coffee so quick. Right, let me just clean my glasses. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to face that off because we've got a bit of rough edge in here. So I'm going to face this off, and then we'll prep the top ready for some colour.
Is there a crack in that wall from top to bottom there as we
No, there's like an opening in it. It's not a crack, it's like an opening in it.
All right.
There is there though. But that's why I used it tonight, because it's not a very good piece. So again, 1/2 inch bowl gouge, just to clean this face off.
Which you prefer, Steve, the 1/2 inch or the 3/8?
For stuff like this, I always use the 1/2 inch because it just removes a bit of material a bit quicker. But if I was doing delicate cuts, then I'd go to the 3/8.
Yeah, I sometimes would rough it out a bit with almost like a roughing gouge. You'd like rough it out and with my 1/2 inch, and then go to the 3/8 to
Yeah, well, look at
finishing cut.
Yeah, exactly. Because with the 1/2 inch, look at the size of the cut you can take there. I mean, that's a 1/2 inch cut in it. So
Douglas says the Kentucky Fried Chicken is about the original one is about 2 hours south of him. Oh, well done, Doug.
right, so I'm just going to sand that up. I'm going to sand it to 400. The reason being is I'm going to colour it.
We've been going for 45 minutes,
45.
and there's 69 people watching, Steve.
Oh, thank you very much, people, for coming over.
That's very good for Monday night, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate
Wayne's
it.
got a good point. Wayne's got a good point. He says, so when is an opening a crack?
Yeah, or when it's a crack and opening. One of those mysteries of life.
An opening is just where it may have been a saw mark going through, mightn't it? Whereas a crack is when it's dried and cracked. That looks like it's a crack.
Oh, that's a better view that I've got now on my screen.
Oh, there you go.
You put your good glasses on.
So Krisky has said he hasn't done anything in over 2 weeks. He's been busy building a boat shed and fishing.
Wow, there's a choice.
These are life choices, you know. You either turn or you go fishing. Yeah. Or build a boat shed. I do horses in the morning and then turn in the afternoons. That's my choices.
Yeah.
I think about doing wood turning. I still don't do wood turning.
Well, I go fly fishing. Well, not catching flies, but I go using the fly rod to catch fish. Paint oil paintings. Amateur radio operator. And I do wood turning. Choices.
And paint.
And paint, yeah.
Terry's quite the artist, guys. If you didn't know, Terry's quite the artist. He's done lots of oil paintings.
Only for a few years.
Yeah, a few years. That's probably around 30. Yeah, there you go, 60 years. Yeah, sorry, he's been wood turning for 40 years.
Trying to.
Off and on.
Off and on. Well, and I worked for a living for 50 years.
Yeah, that's the worst bit.
Yeah, did ever.
So Jennifer's Craft Creations has asked you a question there, Joe.
Why don't I do wood turning?
Glyn, don't let her.
Getting round to it, to be fair. Because I've got scroll saws, I've got band saws. I'm about to start.
The truth is, Jennifer, Glyn won't let her in the workshop. He's took her keys away.
Because it's still a tools that he's got. He doesn't know about.
He don't want Joe know. He don't want Joe knowing what he's actually got in there.
No, well, it's while he's buying stuff online now. He's got the internet at the unit, so I'll know what he's buying if I'm there. But I keep saying I'm going to start, so I will.
You should.
Yeah. Well, I quite fancy doing gonks, would you believe? It's just a bit of fun.
I wouldn't do them. They're addictive.
Gonks? Yeah, they can be. So when the Woodturner says, give a man a fish and he'll feed his family for a day. Give him a fishing rod and he'll go out and buy a hat.
Yeah. That's about right, actually.
Probably stick his little hooks in all the way around the headband.
Fiskey's retired. Look, he said he's got a piece on the lathe he'll finish in a couple of days. The joy of being retired. I agree.
I agree with that too, Krisky.
Right.
It's just the very best thing.
All right. Can you lot give it a rest now?
Have we said that Andy H has got to go? See you all soon.
See you later, mate.
Good night, Andy.
See you later, Andy.
Bye, Andy.
So
Take care, buddy.
So I'm going to sand and seal this. The reason being is because I'm going to spray it black.
Not the black spray paint.
Is that a big crack along the top?
This here? No, that's in the wood.
It's an inclusion or something.
There's a crack there,
okay.
but that's nothing. That's actually in the wood. That is.
Okay.
It's a dark mark in the wood.
I'm only going to dish out the middle, to be honest. I'm not going to turn the.
Well, if you make a good job of decorating the top, you don't really need to cut it all back off again. So.
Well, I'll try my best, Brian.
No, you will. I'm expecting big things.
Right, so let's get a bit of Scotch Brite. Denib that. Whoops.
You're welcome, Lewis. I'll post it again near the end. So, Lewis, the Klondike Craftsman, thanking us for putting his link in.
Anytime, mate, anytime. Right, so I'm using the Chestnut Products Scotch Brite. There's 3 of these. There's a red one. No, there's 4, I believe. Is there 3 or 4? Well, there might only be 3. There's a yellow one, a red one, and a white one. The white one is 00, I believe. The yellow one's, I think, up to 1,000. The red one's a little bit more coarser, but I use the orange or the yellow one, should I say, more. Just basically to denib this, just to take any fluffy bits off, because when you add your sand and sealer. Sorry?
Yeah, you can use a handful of shavings. Steve.
Yeah, to denib. Or burnish, or whatever you got to call it. But I just use this all, because as you put your sand and sealer, it just swells the grain a little bit. So this just smooths it out a little bit, that's all. So that's that.
What sort of paint would you put on there now you've sealed it? Is it acrylic system?
No, I'm going to put ebonizing lacquer on it.
Okay.
Black. And I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to put some we're going to mix some Joe Sonias. I'm going to put some Joe Sonias on we're going to get it on the bench, and we'll put some Joe Sonia paint over the top of it to try and bring it alive.
Ooh.
So get a board on my lathe so I don't get paint all over my lathe.
And jamming is suggesting yellow, burgundy, green, and white.
Let's get this on first. I want this black base first.
Wayne suggesting green, purple, orange, and white.
So lathe on slow, spray from the inner to the outer, then you won't get it on the back.
I've never done any painting, so I'm watching this. Well, I watch them all intently.
Got to have a steady hand, don't you? You're spraying it all over.
So hot air gun.
My lathe is covered on it.
Just to dry it off a little bit. Don't get your hot air gun too close because you'll bubble the paint.
Mike Doyle's having to leave. He says, cheers all.
See you later, Mike. Thanks for coming over.
He has to get back to work. So.
Bye,
There's Mike.
So it dries pretty quick, this stuff, so see how coverage we got on it. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, mate. Just make sure it's dry. Still a bit tacky, actually. Let's give it a little bit more.
So what make of heat gun do you use, Steve?
It's the Bosch. It's the Bosch heat gun. I've had this one getting on for 22 years. No, 21 years.
Oh, wow.
I bought it when Chloe was a baby. Because when we bought the house, all the doors and door frames were all covered in paint. And my wife, in her amazing, sense of internal design, wanted them all stripped back to the original wood.
Of course. Why not?
Right, and now they're all painted white again. Right, so that's our base coat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of the lathe now. We're going to get it on our bench or on our board. And we'll get some Joe Sonia paints out. Let's get it overhead. So Joe Sonia paints. What should we go for? 3 colours? Or 4 colours?
Okay, 3 colours will be fine.
Well, Wayne's saying green, purple, orange, and white. And
I'm not sure if Wayne is talking about something else there.
Oh, right, okay. Well, maybe.
Let me just get
I think him and Ben are having a conversation there about something. I'm not sure.
Okay. My mistake then, I didn't read.
Just need to get another.
I think they're on about the pads.
The what, sorry?
Pads.
The pants?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, web bracks, or is that what you call them? Web bracks pads?
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake.
Right, so let's get a brush. So I've got a real nice chunky brush here that I use for this, what I'm going to do, which is this brush, which is like a fan brush. This is a makeup set brush. I bought this is an artist brush.
It's not a fan brush.
Or whatever it is. You see, you're the painter, So these are acrylic brushes.
Terry will tell you what it's called now. Go, Terry.
A fan brush looks like a fan.
Well, it will do.
It's a fan brush.
There you go.
Well, fan brush is one of the brushes I use more than anything.
Right, so we got red I'm going to use.
Mm-hmm.
We've got green, turquoise, gold, blue, purple. No, violet, sorry, not purple.
Right.
So I'm going to go for red because I like red. Red's my favourite colour.
So Jennifer is suggesting that the black looks blue on the camera.
I think that's
just
because
a reflection of the
yeah,
light.
I think that's a reflection.
Yeah. Well, that's black there.
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go, Jennifer.
Let me put a bit
LED
of white.
lights in it.
Yeah, that is the trouble. Let me put a bit of white paper underneath it and see if that makes it any better. Plus
So
the
Wayne
boards.
has just explained the WebRex paths for us. Green is 240, purple is 600, orange is 1200, and the white is over 2000.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Thank you very much for that, Wayne.
I knew the white one was the highest.
Colin from Wood Wizardry says gold, violet, and red.
I'm going red for sure. Actually, I'll just stick this. No.
Black and gold always goes together, doesn't it?
So we go red first. And what I normally do is I normally just dab the brush in it and then just do that. And as you build them up as you go around.
Mm-hmm.
That's technically known as a spludge.
Yep. With a capital S. Oops. And try not to get it on too thick like that, because if you get it on thick, that'll stay white. It relies on the
drying process.
Yeah, well,
that was red, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, it is red. It will be red when it dries.
Yeah. Well, I know.
But it's
just confirming you said red. Yeah.
Yeah. The cameras don't really do
Almost
justice.
looks as if it's feathery.
Yeah, that's because when you push that one there, look like a leaf. And that's as it dries, you'll get different colours variations. That's what I like about the Joe Sonias. So if you guys want to have a go with the Joe Sonias, and you buy the Joe Sonias, when you go to pay for them, in the comments, Joe Sonia helps Wayne, the Woodturner. So go over and leave a comment saying that you saw Wayne use them, and then Joe will know that you've actually seen Wayne use them, and then she'll help support Wayne. So it helps Wayne as well. Right, I've just got to nip off and get some water to wash my brush out.
All right, mate. So Wayne has suggested that don't waste your paint by putting it in the centre that you're going to turn off. That's a good tip.
Actually, that's a fair enough point, isn't it, if you think about it?
And Douglas Mullen has said, Terry, I've done some wet on wet Bob Ross painting.
So have I, Douglas.
I have no idea what that means.
It's quite a good technique. You can paint a picture very quick with it. Maybe 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. It's all right. But what you got to remember with that is that it gets thinner and thinner and wetter as you go up painting.
All right, okay.
So if you put anything thicker on, you'll score the underneath of it. So you'll be very careful, but you can do it very quickly. It's good.
I've watched a few programs with Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Did he used to have a squirrel or a chipmunk in his pocket?
Yeah, chipmunk. Yeah, chipmunk in his pocket.
Right. So what's the other colour?
In it. Sorry, Steve.
You're all right. No,
gold.
Other colour people.
Gold.
Joe said gold. Joe's the boss.
And the other thing I was going to say is the same as oil painting. It's the same as wood turning. Nobody makes mistakes. It's just happy little accidents.
Design opportunities or design change opportunities. Yeah.
Ruby Claire says she took some classes with Bob. They were fun.
Wow.
Well done, Ruby.
Ruby, who have you not had classes with? Jeez, you are one really educated person.
Ruby's I think Ruby's been lucky enough to train with most of the legends, I think.
Unbelievable.
She should write a book. Ruby should write a book, shouldn't she?
Yeah, she should.
Indeed. I agree.
She should, yeah.
I thought I did quite a bit in my life, but she's done a heck of a lot.
So much more.
Yep.
He died at 54, unfortunately, Bob.
Did he?
Yeah. Died of cancer at 54.
Yeah, that is young.
Right, so.
That's nearly as old as Steve.
Thanks,
yeah.
I'm not even going to comment. I'm not even going to comment.
Good. Good. Least said, soon as mended.
54. I've just had a hard life, mate. I might live in Norfolk, but my paper round was all uphill.
Hey, Ruby, if you ever need a lesson with me, girl, you're in trouble. Ruby's just putting
Man, I think
help not one with you, Brian. Just no.
if I remember when Ruby had her invade or whatever, or she was having a chat with Stephen
Robb, yeah.
Rob, yeah. I think she showed some of her paintings and very good. You did.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Right, next colour. Violet, blue, green, or turquoise.
Violet, blue, green.
Quickly, chat.
Turquoise would probably be a bit more contrast with that.
Well, I'll do turquoise. You have turquoise, and then let the chat choose the next colour. So turquoise is the next one.
So chat gets to choose the fourth colour then. That's good.
Steve probably wanted him to choose the other colours, but we got in first.
Well, I didn't. You did. You jumped in. You and Terry, as usual, I have to say.
I do like
you're
this.
on form tonight.
I do like this turquoise.
I'm firing all cylinders tonight.
You know why? Because he's been bored today, sat around all day. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. He's hurt his leg, people. He actually hurt his leg on the horse.
Squeezing my leg on a horse. It did not. Wayne says stick with the three colours.
Okay.
Good point, Wayne.
Sometimes you get too many and it kind of blends all into one. Or something.
Less is more, as they say.
Yeah. Sometimes, yep. When I first started playing with the colours, I ended up with brown all the time. Don't know how that happened. Douglas Mullen wants sky blue, pink with red polka dots. Please. Right, Douglas, get the cameras on your next creation and we'll have a look at that.
It's about time Douglas did do it live, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's learned a lot now from everybody.
Yep.
He's got to start doing it now. Show us. Or just put a video out, Douglas.
Yeah, just a video. Yeah. So Benjamin has said, Ruby, you can have a class with me if you want, but you'll need to fly over here and also do the teaching. I'm quite happy to supply the tea and biscuits.
And also do the teaching. I love it. Excellent.
Good man, Ben.
That would be a dream come true when I have a lesson with Ruby.
It would for me too, I have to say. If you're ever in Ireland, Ruby,
Brian will supply the tea and biscuits.
I would be delighted to host you.
Right, so we've got to try and dry this now.
How are you going to do that?
And Ruby says it's a deal, Ben.
Right, I'm going to put this back in the chuck without spilling it, and I'm going to turn it slowly and get the hot air gun on it. Hopefully that should be enough to dry it. So you might see better now we've got the overhead light off. If I put it on tail, so I might see the colours a bit better.
Oh yes,
there we go. Better. Almost like little feathers.
Yeah, it's like the one I did before. I did one before. I don't know if I can get it, and that came out really nice. Really, really nice. I don't know if I can find it. It's in one of these cupboards somewhere. No, everything's gonna jump out at me if I open the cupboard.
Yeah, Douglas, I think. Sorry, Tara. Sorry, man.
That's all right. Go.
Douglas is kind of putting himself down a bit there. He says, "I've got all the gear and no idea." I don't believe that, Douglas.
No. I mean, if we can do it, I'm sure you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Colin wants you to turn it fast.
Oh, I'm sure he does. It's not his workshop.
Stand back, 2,000 reds, go. Yeah, Ruby says, seriously, I'm not anything special. No, You keep thinking that, Ruby, and we'll keep thinking you are.
Yeah, you are special, Ruby.
Yeah.
You are a very talented woman.
I watched your goblet with 2 captain rings today. That was pretty special. Really nice video.
Don't tell Pete Twisted Trees that. He don't like.
He doesn't like.
Captive
No, he doesn't
rings.
like captive rings. No. When the Woodturner thinks, he says, "I think you should have thinned the paints a little."
That'll be all
right. Yeah, it'd be right.
That'll be all right.
Yeah, it'd be right, mate. Yep.
Lewis suggests you turn it 2,000 revs
Lewis,
in
that's
reverse.
shocking. That's shocking, Lewis.
Lewis, you know he hasn't got reverse.
Lewis.
So-called friend there, isn't it? Hey, what?
Have you noticed I've not mentioned that, Steve, since I promised?
About that link you put in, Brian, just change it.
just knock that. I'm just about to do it again too. Look, I was just thinking about doing it again. There it is.
Change
So
it to
nobody has to
Brian
go over
Eggs.
and watch that link now.
That's going to be going everywhere if I do that. I don't trust that. It's going to go everywhere. I'll be patient.
Just take your time, Steve. Take your time.
Ben has answered the question about Ruby in his mind correctly. He says, Ruby, you are the best Canadian YouTuber female woodturner I know.
That's not hard. I'm the only one. Well said, Ruby.
You gotta love it, though, Ruby. You gotta love it.
Yeah,
How his mind works.
Oh, Jennifer from Craft Creations has said Mark is reversing his new way.
Oh, I never said it. I never said it, Steve. Remember, I've not said anything about that.
I don't care. I don't care.
Mark and I have the same layout. That means I've got reverse on mine as well.
It's funny enough, so have I. It's a strange thing.
Oh, fellas, come on, don't rub it in.
Rub it in. Get the fight.
Well, Steve's doing it the right way. Like he's doing it by hand, turning it towards the blower. If he did it the other way, the air wouldn't catch up, would it? If he did it fast.
Oh, Lewis has just said, oh, he doesn't have reverse. Let's start a fund. Get Steve reverse. Hashtag Steve needs reverse. As opposed to
still got
you
hashtag
Nicky needs diamonds.
64 watching Steve. They're loving it. 68 minutes gone.
Thank you very much. They do say you.
If you
They do
subscribe to Steve. Give him a tick down the bottom. Subscribe to him.
They do say you don't miss what you haven't got. So.
This is very true, Steve.
35 years out of lathe, didn't have reverse. No problem. Just down the other side.
Do you use reverse, Terry?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Sanding. If you sand in reverse as well as sanding forward, when you're sanding with a rotary sander especially, the circles go the other way, so you cancel out the lines, so it sands a lot quicker.
Right.
So could you do that with electric drill by putting the drill in reverse?
You can, yeah.
Yes.
Kirsty Dalton does that. Yep. Put your drill in reverse. In fact, you should put your drill in reverse if you just say you're sanding the inside of that bowl now, because you dug the bowl out, right? And you're sanding, you should have it the correct, put it in reverse to sand the furthest away from you. The furthest away from you. So the disc is coming up while the bowl is coming down.
Right, okay.
Or vice versa. With me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And when you sand the outside of the bowl, if you sand the normal way on the outside of the bowl, your disc is going the same direction as the bowl. So you put it in reverse then and do it the other way. Sorry, it's the other way around. Right. So your disc is coming up or going down when the bowl is coming up. So it's like a
contact. Rather than going with it, you're doing a contact cut.
Yes. Yeah, you're doing it against the flow of what you're spinning. Yeah. That way you'll sand twice as quick and you'll get better lines.
Cool.
Lewis says he likes to cut these mortises in reverse. Not something I've tried.
So that's a 10 in.
No mortise. Yeah, very good, Steve.
Yeah, if you cut your mortise, then that's it. You know, if you cut your mortise, you're on the other side, aren't you? So you can see where you're going in. You don't have to lean over the lathe or anything.
All right, let's hollow this out then. I'm not going to hollow out deep.
So Wayne's chipped in there. He says that he never sands in reverse or uses the drill backwards. No problem.
No, well, the speed of drill, it doesn't matter, does it?
Right.
And Ruby Claire has said, actually, I've turned with the lathe in reverse. It's like turning left-handed.
Mm.
You see, I'm left-handed.
We thought so. I knew there was something wrong with you.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I can use a tool in both hands, so I'm kind of ambidextrous with wood turning.
So am I.
Nothing else.
Right.
I can't write with my left hand or anything. But
let's hollow this out. So I'm using 3/8 bolt gouge now.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Craft Creations is left-handed as well.
Yay!
I knew there was something funny about Jennifer. But she makes
they say, don't you?
But she makes really nice pen blanks. Thanks, Jennifer.
You know what they say? They, if you've ever met a they, if you're left-handed, then you're more artistic.
If you're right-handed, you're more autistic.
Yeah.
Michelle is left-handed.
To be creative, you need to use the right-hand side of your brain. And left-handers can, and the right-handers, right-hand side of your brain.
Ruby Claire has said as well, if you run the drill in reverse, it has a tendency to come undone. They do indeed.
I must admit, I've got some really good friends that are not woodturners. They're all right-handed, and none of them do any kind of crafting at all. Not a thing.
You're welcome, Jennifer.
Nothing at all. No art at all. Or
no, I'm the only one.
Right. Ian Leonard's left-handed. You could tell.
What, the way he types?
He's just put it in the chat. He's just put it in the chat. He's left-handed as well.
Terry Bartlett.
So we could.
I will let Mark know that you're a southpaw. What on earth is that?
Southpaw's left-handed boxer who leads with his left hand.
No, I would lead with my right actually, because I'm left-handed at writing, but I'm right-handed with a lot of other things.
Right. Yeah.
I punch with my right hand first. Just remember that, Terry. When I come down and see you, I punch right-handedly.
I know which way to stand now.
The Klondike Craftsman says the great one was left-handed. To whom do you refer, Lewis? I know lots of great ones.
Muhammad Ali.
Bruce Lee.
Well, he was the greatest apparently.
Bruce Lee was left-handed, wasn't he?
Jay's Cabin reckons that left-handed people won't live as long as right-handed people.
How can he say that? How does that work?
There must be logic in there somewhere, Jay, but you might have to explain
data
that
there somewhere. Somebody's got some data.
Statistics, isn't it?
Could be.
It's like women's supposed to live longer than fellas.
Wayne Gretzky is who he was referring to.
Okay.
So if you're a left-handed fella, you got no chance. Right-handed one will live longer than a left-handed fella for sure.
Yeah.
There's a nice cut right there, guys. Lovely, Steve.
Hmm. And Dickerson reckons the Queen is a lefty.
Thanks, Lewis. A right-handed punch from a left-handed is called a jab jaw.
Jab. She can jab it on him.
Yeah, that sounds like all the best people are left-handed.
Well, I can paint left-handed, right-handed. Right and left.
Well, there's a few of us that are good.
Right. Let's have a look at that.
No comment.
Looking nice.
Just need to take a little bit out of there, I think. Struggle getting that long gouge in. Let's go for the shorter one.
Lewis has just said, I've just put you on the big screen, Steve. Oh, no pressure, Steve. It looks awesome, buddy.
No pressure. Let's check that.
And Ruby Claire says, very pretty, Steve.
Thank you, Ruby. The trouble I have is because my lathe is so stuck up the corner. Well, it's not small, is it? It's just stuck up the corner. So when I'm using that gouge, it hits on my tool stock, the tail stock. But when that with the Robert Sorby one, that's about 6 inches shorter, so that's a better angle.
Yeah.
So you can get in there nice and tight. So that works a bit better.
I was having the same problem, so I put the bed extension on.
Yeah, well, I can't. I haven't got room for that, unfortunately.
I know you haven't, Steve. It doesn't fit in your workshop, unfortunately.
Right, so let's get that sand up. I'm going to use a drill to sand that up. Be a bit quicker.
All will be good when you build your new shed.
Yeah, build a new workshop.
It will be. It'll be
your new workshop. It will not shed. No.
It will be built specifically for the lathe. That's what it's going to be. So let's move this back.
So there might have to be a new lathe as well, you know.
No, I don't want to push my luck.
Push, Steve, push.
Well, actually, if you finish the bathroom and a few other things.
If I finish the bathroom, I've no made a builder workshop.
Remind you about the hashtag shower for Nicky.
Don't spoil his evening.
Ruby Claire says, can't you take the tailstock off?
I can, Ruby, but the trouble is it's a bolt, a great big bolt. It's not a quick release one. You have to unbolt it all. So.
Because it runs on the two bars rather than.
Yeah, it runs. Yeah, because it runs on an eccentric camber in the middle to lock it down with. You think they'd make it so you just spin the foot around and lift it out, but hopefully I'll have the bed extension, so that'll take it back another, whatever it is, 600 mil or whatever it is.
Yep. Made a huge difference with mine when I put the extension on the bed of mine. You just slide the tailstock way out the way, and it's.
Yeah.
You can even leave the elbows covered in.
Matt Hobby Turner's just joined.
Hi, Hobby Turner.
Hello, Adrian.
Adrian, isn't it?
Yeah,
Adrian. Adrian. Sorry, Adrian. Yeah, no, Adrian. I'm thinking of somebody else.
I'm just trying to remember everybody.
Well, Douglas Mungham says, Steve, I have you on a projector, 20 foot by 30 foot.
Jesus, you're a brave man.
He says, well, this is an HD then.
Yeah.
You know what? He's probably got you out somewhere in the car park and there's 300 cars watching.
Yeah, charging $5 a head.
Lesson tonight.
That's a big screen, 20 by 30.
Isn't it just?
Is that inches or feet?
Feet.
It says feet.
Yeah, it does.
That's what.
Big
That's
garden.
what.
20 inches is not a big screen.
That's what Nick wants in this so-called pergola. She wants a projector so she can sit down in the bottom of the garden and watch telly. I said I'll put the telly on the windowsill. You'll be able to see it from the bottom of the garden.
Careful, you'll be painting the house white, so we're projecting onto the house.
Who's that walking across my wing?
I did think about a projector, then I kind of dismissed the idea.
My son's got a projector in his bedroom, and he goes up there to watch films, and it is the full width of the room. Yeah.
You still get a good quality picture, though.
4 meter by 5 meters, absolutely perfect, full HD.
So that's really instead of buying a massive telly, I suppose.
Yeah, it is absolutely spot on.
So,
yeah.
I'm not going to say what Steve, Adrian the Hobby Turner has said. No, I'm not saying. But he mentioned the funnel word.
Yeah.
It's 3 inches thick.
He's finished it now, Adrian.
No, that's not. I suppose it's only about 40 mil in the bottom. Right.
Oh, that's quite thin for you, Steve.
It is quick. Thanks, Brian. Was that exit button?
Okay. I'm not getting an invite back then.
I only invited you because Mark told me had to. Right. So sand and sealer, making sure we don't get it on there.
It's pretty.
Will the sand and sealer have much effect on the paint? Yeah, we'll just bubble it off.
Yeah, because it's cellulose sand and sealer, so it's just like putting thinners on it, isn't it?
Oh,
Just
right,
over
yeah.
it, wouldn't it? Actually, it's an experiment, Steve. You could one day, not live, well, you do live, you want, get a brush and dip it in cellulose thinners and just run it around.
Don't put sanding sealer on. Why don't you Yorkshire grit it twice?
No. Sand and sealer.
Oh. Yorkshire grit it twice. That's a good idea.
Just makes him use more.
Well done, Joe.
That's what you call sales. That is.
Glenn will be proud of you, Joe.
Steve doesn't pay for it.
Oh, shh.
Shh, 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 shh. It's a secret, Joe.
As you can see, people of the chat is sponsored by Yorkshire Grit at the top.
Yes, it is.
Yes, Glyn and Joe are very kind to me and support the channel. Support the channel with Yorkshire Grit.
Adrian says it looks like leaves.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
does a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the brush has worked.
Right, so a little bit. I'm not going to put too much Yorkshire Grit on because I don't want to over my actual paintwork.
Brian can sing this time.
Now hands that feel pity can be soft as your face, with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
P45's in the post, Joe. P45's in the post.
Did you just howl, Joe?
Yeah. Would I?
She did.
Yes.
I blooming would after last time.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me, it was Terry.
It wasn't me. It was not
Well,
me.
he can't sing anyway, so.
You got to remember, guys, because you're on Skype, you can see each other.
Yes,
yes, we're looking at one another while we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh. Joe, no hand signals, please.
And put your top back on.
I never did it.
Put your top back on.
Put your top back on, Joe.
Especially a bit warm in here now. I'm kind of getting flushed there. Stop it, Steve.
That's why you only ever see me head upwards.
Yeah, you know most men wear a flasher max. Joe wears a flasher top.
You know what they say about Zoom meetings when you can only see from the bit you can see. Jason,
very melodious,
says,
Brian.
Very melodious, Brian. Yeah, right.
Very melodious.
Yeah, right. Just
right.
Like a bag of cats being thrown over a ditch.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of Hampshire sugar lumps. Obviously,
the hobby. Hold on, Steve. Hold on, Steve.
What?
The hobby turner says that was much better than Mark any day.
Oh,
no,
Adrian. Don't say that.
You're in it.
You're in so much trouble now, Adrian.
Mark is a very good turner. Don't knock it.
Yeah,
oh, he is.
I think he was talking about the singing, Steve.
All right. That's all right then.
And Benjamin says the voice of an angel, Brian. This
There
is
you go.
true, of course.
You know some
New
devils out there.
location, Brian. Gritty song.
Yeah, the gritty song, yeah. I'll make a recording, everybody can play it. How about that?
Yep.
Okay.
I remember when I was younger, I used to play in pantomime, and the first job at the pantomime I was in, I had to sing Elvis Presley song, "Love Me Tender," solo in front of 300 people.
Lovely.
I had to sing "Food, Glorious Food" in Oliver.
So can I ask a question, Terry?
Yes.
Did you have to sing at the end of the show?
Yeah, because
Did I have to
everybody
sing
would
at the
declare.
end of the show?
Yeah. Was it to clear the room?
Yeah, everybody go home. Yeah.
My father said, "I never knew Terry could sing."
Yeah, the Wood.
I said, "I can."
Colin Woodworthy by Colin just said, "Yeah, I've fallen one." Yeah, thanks, Colin.
Right. Let's buff this up.
Jason Leveron says, Steve, the bowl is beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Thank you very much.
It is.
I think it is too.
We've been talking. He's been beavering away, making a blinking good job of that.
So, Woodworthy by Colin again. He says, "I must admit, I sang it in my shed this afternoon."
It's addictive.
Just yeah, it's like one of them ear maggot things or whatever you call them. It gets stuck in your head.
So obviously, if you wanted to, you could have lacquered this with clear coat lacquer to seal it all in, which I've done before, which comes up really nice. I used a satin lacquer over it just to finish it, but I think we are there.
That would be non-cellulose, would it, Steve?
So as we're getting towards the end of the show, guys, and just want a little reminder to you, if you liked what you've seen, please give Steve a thumbs up, and subscribe to his channel if you wouldn't mind.
You can use acrylic, or I use several different clear coats. I have used chestnuts. I'm trying to find the one I use. But I've used this one, which is Cobra, which comes from Krafts, I believe, which is a really good lacquer. That comes in clear or high gloss. Some nice thick coats with it. Good pressure in the can, really good. I've also used this one, which is a bit cheaper, which comes from the range. This is £4 a tin. I think the other one's a bit more expensive, but this is really good as well. But this is an acrylic, and it's you have to be careful. If you put too many coats on too quick, you get a bit of a white mist in it until it starts to dry off. But it's still good. You just got to be a bit patient with your coats. And yes, before you ask, yes, you can. I've put both of them over waxes, like over that finishing wax. I've put clear coat over wax. A lot of people say you can't do it, but the only thing you've got to be careful if you put it over wax is when you come to, because what I do is I give it a few decent coats, and then I put it back on the lathe and polish it all up. Obviously, if you put in clear coat over the top of wax, don't apply. Give it plenty of time to dry. Don't put too much pressure on it, because what you'll do is you'll cause heat between the wax and the clear coat, and the clear coat will start to come through. Yeah. So there we go.
You're getting some lovely comments, Steve. Wonderful
bowl.
Yeah.
Gorgeous bowl.
Steve. Yeah.
This camera seems to have a bit better colour to it.
Yeah, that's very nice, Steve. Lovely job.
That's lovely.
Good job, mate.
Nice shape, nice curvy shape.
Yep.
Something a bit different. So
you've done Mark proud by standing in for him. Well done.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you have indeed. Great job.
So
and the earworms haven't been bad.
Well, they've been
excellent.
Well, Clive Rogers has said, "Good job. Thanks for the demo, Steve, and the chatworms."
Thank you, Clive, for coming over. Let's bring you guys back, shall we? Joe, put your top on.
Okay.
Terry, get up. Stop slouching.
I see no chips.
So hopefully Mark will be back next.
Says from Portsmouth.
Hopefully Mark will be back next week. Obviously keep an eye out for a link. And like I say, hopefully he'll be back. Thank you guys all for such lovely comments. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it. Something a bit different. I didn't know what to do tonight. Obviously, I did the gonks yesterday, and it was a bit of a last-minute thing speaking to Mark. So I thought a bowl, and to be honest, I've quite enjoyed it. I haven't used the Joe Sonias for quite a while now, so I'm pleased how that's come out. That looked really. I'll get some pictures up on social media. It looked totally different because the cameras never do them justice, do they? Cameras never do them justice. So I'll get some pictures up on that for social media. So this Friday, I'm not on a live. I'm going away Friday. Me and Nick are going away for our wedding anniversary. So Terry's covering my Friday evening live. So please make sure you go over and support Terry. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe to his channel when you get over there. And on Sunday, Brian will be covering my Sunday lunchtime live. So please, again, go over and support Brian. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, then please do. But what I will be doing is I'll be putting up a video. The guys are going to chuck the link in for the video during their lives.
Yep.
And if you don't mind just popping over and checking it out, I'll be very much appreciated for that. Tomorrow we have Keith on at dinner time. Keith from Circle of Wood, he'll be on at lunchtime. And then I believe Rich Beard 16's on tomorrow night. So make sure you go and check Rich out. And again, if you're not subscribed to their channels, please go and subscribe to their channels. Let's support each other in this maker community. Everybody deserves to be followed. There is some awesome talent in this community. So thank you very much. So with that, if you guys haven't got anything to add, we will knock it on the head.
Nope. Just thank you very much, everybody, for coming in, and we'll see you again on the next one.
Have a good one, people. Thanks very much indeed.
See you later, guys, and I'll see you sometime in the week. Take care, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Night. Bye.
That's all, folks.